Hey guys, welcome to High Class Heist, or as I've named it, High Class Heist Raw.avi. Here we are introduced to the first of one of numerous types of enemies, the flashlight guards. In this particular level, this is HP Squidcraft. I'm not making this up. His name is literally HP Squidcraft. The deal with him, as you would have noticed, is that if you're seen by him, or at least creep up on him, he will blow a whistle. This whistle does nothing and is purely for aesthetic effect. He will, however, launch a homing goo of some sort at you that you cannot dodge. Either way, allow us to enter into the first of the treasure security archetype levels, aka relatively short levels filled with numerous security measures.
Look at all this stuff! Must be worth millions! And you know what that means? Tighter security. You're gonna have to be extra sneaky to get the treasure key.
And as Bentley finished explaining there, not only is there a lot of security, there is a lot of coins. You generally enter these levels and come out with a lucky charm. Oh yeah! I'm pretty awesome with the dodge move, guys. Not that awesome. And here we have ourselves a chase sequence of sorts, in which I get hit immediately. That's pretty nice. Either way, some of the clue bottles are now being hidden a lot more, what's the word I'm looking for here? Better. Definitely better. Raleigh is actually taking the clue bottles and shoving them in places where we'd actually have to think about where they could be in order to find them. It's not just a case of them hiding them in simple places anymore and shoving them all in safes that happen to be within a 5-meter radius. It also pulls little tricks like this bugger here, which I almost forgot about, which I tend to forget about often, because you come right out of that room and you don't see it. And finally, we introduce ourselves to the final enemy of this world. The fourth of the Mole Brothers. He springs forth with great speed and attempts to flop himself on top of you, which generally results in that. Yeah, that didn't happen. Let's just forget that ever happened. So yes, they love to do the fish flop, I guess you could call it, something along those lines. And unless you're just trying to speed past them, they generally aren't much of a problem. They're definitely the most dangerous, in my opinion, of the Mole Brothers, though. Which I guess isn't saying much, but you still have to watch your back, especially if you just try to run right past them. Of course not, I'm just repeating myself. This part is a bit tough. Doesn't look tough, it is. You barely make the jumps if you're just normal jumping, and if you double jump, you tend to overshoot. Doesn't help that sometimes you get off balance as far as timing goes, and you jump right into a laser. Now it's just a case of running past some spotlights and sneaking around spotlights. Luckily enough, because they decided that you can turn off spotlights in the game by hitting the alarm box, the siren thingy at the end of every single sequence of alarms. Whenever we run through this area again later in this video, it won't be so tough on us. Now, this would be where the treasure key is, but you know what? Screw the treasure key. We're going to get the vault. But Kite, you don't have all of the clue bottles yet. You're missing 3. I deliberately missed 3. Strategic Clue Bottle Collection. as I call it. Pretty brilliant, eh? Don't answer that. This game loves having destructible objects, by the way, if you couldn't tell by now, which is quite fun, so you can just run around and bash every single object in the game and hope to, you know, get some money out of it.
Whoever thought this code up knew what they were doing. Dial in 436. These are the blueprints of Raleigh's entire operation. I wonder... Yes, I can wire this info directly into your binocucom. It'll show you the position of nearby clues and breakable objects.
This is one of the few items in the game which isn't a page of the Thievius Raccoonus. It still counts as a page of the Thievius Raccoonus by technicality, as far as the game is concerned, but it's more of a special item that simply brings up arrows during your binocucom, and it will point to the nearest broken object and highlight them. Breakable objects like this are highlighted with orange. Clue bottles, which you won't be seeing because they're gone, are highlighted with green. You will see that in a later level, or two, maybe. I generally don't find them all that useful, considering that I don't hunt for them, since I already know where they are. At least this section is a lot easier without the spotlights. Which goes without saying, but I said it anyway, suckers. And with that, we have stretched out the length of this level far too much. Allow us to finish by collecting the treasure key. And with that, we return to prowling the grounds. And luckily enough, the game knows when and when not to spawn enemies. Depending on how you enter and exit a level, it spawns the enemies differently. In this case, it decided not to spawn an HP Squidcraft right on top of us. Some creative naming conventions in this game, at least. Either way, this has been Kite Ryagara, and here we are. Goodbye.